Hello, this is Steve Malone with ComsFX. I hope you're doing well today. You're getting some good trades. Today I want to do a quick video about the Dots Guppy trade and a trade that we had today based upon the Dots Guppy method, and to literally answer some questions I've been receiving from hundreds of folks now using the Dots Guppy method. It's been a very well received method, and in my 20 years of trading I've never seen folks gravitate to a model, see the simplicity but yet the power within that model, and seen a lot of people doing well with it in a short period of time. Today in the trading room I had this set up. We saw the market roll over and start to press to the downside using the Dots Guppy method. There were certain things that we looked for, but one of the things I want to stress here is when you break support and resistance, just like with any trading model or trading strategy, when the market tests support or the market tests resistance, be aware of that potential test. So here's the market testing somewhere close to 155.20 area and had attempted to go below it a couple of times. And when the market came down to it today, right about the 55.15 to 55.20 area, when the market started trying to break down into that area today, it had a pretty strong push, a strong move through that. Just remember, when you're attempting to break support or resistance and the market wants to push that way or follow through in that direction, it's got to have some energy. It's got to have some momentum. It's got to have some oomph in it to get through that level. Typically, that energy will drive the trade even further. Fortunately for us today, below 155, when we broke through the 155 area, there were a number of sell stops below 155 that kept the pound dollar dropping. So one of the things I want to share with you is as you trade, be aware of support and resistance and the break of that support and resistance. Like looking on the yen, we've seen the yen already make a move down this evening. As I'm doing this video, you can see right across here we had this line of support, and notice where this line of support is. This line of support is right where that sell entry level is. This is one of those things that we look for. So when that sell entry is lined up with previous support and the market's showing some push down, and you know that to break that support you're going to have some energy, some momentum behind it. Look what the market did. The market came down, pinned right to the 98.69 level, bouncing up a little bit right now. I'm sure it's because we have a bit of retrace from some profit taking going on in the marketplace. So you want to look for that. So again, as you trade the Dots Guppy method, look to the left and look for support and resistance to be broken. Typically that support and resistance, when it's broken, there's some energy that continues to drive the trade. Also look for chart patterns when you trade. Typically when the market makes a new low and bounces off that low like we see here in the pound, typically what we have happen is the market will come over and test that low. It's pushed up a little bit here, but how strong we see in the long-term Guppy suggests to me that there's a possibility the market's going to roll over and test that low. As a matter of fact, when we look at the 4-hour chart of the pound dollar, we can see that it looks like what we've had here is kind of a rolling top or rounded top that some call it. So here we had a high, a high, a higher high. Now we're getting a little bit lower high, a lower high. Now what my thought is we could come down this evening and into tomorrow and test these lower levels. Test 154.45, possibly get down here to about 154.25. But if we test this push below 155, we may get one more push back up, even as high as 155.25 to secure that high point before seeing the rest of the rounded top come into play. So you may want to look for that as you trade. So again, the two things I want to point out tonight is look for a break of support or resistance. We see it here and we see it this evening in the dollar yen, and then be aware of the overall pattern that's being traded right now. Oftentimes chart patterns will complete themselves as much as 65 to 85% of the time. If this is a rounded top, I would expect to see the market come back down right into this area here and then we'll have to consider if the market's strong enough to continue dropping below this 154.25 area. Well, folks, this is Dean Malone with Comps of X. I hope some of this information about trading the Dots Guppy method will help you in your trading. For those of you who are not already trading the Dots Guppy method, you may want to check it out. You can go over to www.compassfx.com/dots to learn more about this method that a lot of folks are using to find those additional trading opportunities in the marketplace. Y'all make it a great day. Get some good trades. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.